David, having had some experience of this kind, pours out his soul in this psalm, in which he gives us an excellent description of the wicked, and their way of dealing with the upright man, and of how he stands in need of God's immediate help to preserve him from disquieting fear. And then he shows what this fear is, and how he is enabled to overcome it. In the first part of the psalm, he describes the thing he fears, and that is the wicked. First, he calls them the little member, ver. 2, which boasts great things, that is, a little member which boasts itself greatly. Now, what this little member is, he tells us further, verse 3, it is the tongue. The tongue is a very little thing, but it boasts greatly, and that's in sin. Sinners boast in their sins, and that which is a means to do evil. Boasting itself, therefore, the tongue is here put for the whole body of the wicked, as being that part of it which is most active and most instrumental in doing evil. So the Apostle James speaks of the tongue as the world of iniquity, the whole body being under the power of sin. And yet the tongue is the least of all our members, and so is put here to denote the whole body of sinners. Verse 4, he says, if the wicked could speak peaceably. That is, if they could hold their peace, both he and his father's house should have peace. But the upright man is the mark at which they aim, so that they cannot speak either peaceably of him or to him. That is, they cannot speak well of him, much less to him. With kindness, therefore, the upright man has many enemies, and those enemies are in a continual aim at him. They have an arrow ready for him, as David often expresses himself. So that the godly man is in continual danger from these wicked arrows, which are the evil words of the wicked. And David in this verse hints at several sorts of these wicked arrows. First, there is railing and backbiting, which is speaking evil of another behind his back. Then there is speaking evil before his face, directly opposite to speaking peaceably. And then there is slandering, which is speaking evil in such a manner as tends to mischief, and which is equivalent to shooting an arrow. Verse 5, there is no guard against a false tongue. That is, there is no guard that can protect us from the tongue that is full of guile. This is the psalmist's complaint. His complaint is that there is no guard for his life, no guard for his person, no guard for his reputation, no guard for his heart, whereby he might be safe from the wicked. And that's because these wicked people have laid siege to him, and they lie in wait to hurt him. And so the matter is become desperate. What can he do? To whom can he have recourse? What can he do to defend himself? And in the next verse he gives the reason why. He says it is bad to do wrong, but worse to encourage ourselves and one another in it. It is bad to do wrong, to sin against God and against the innocent, and to do injustice. But it is worse to join in it, to encourage one another in it, to persuade one another to it, and to make it easy and pleasant to ourselves, to pass it off as no matter, to laugh at the fear of God and of doing evil. If we join in sin, it will go down with more ease than if we committed it singly. We will not think it such a weighty matter, and then it will go on apace, and it will soon harden our hearts to do any evil. And that's what he complains of here, that the wicked heart is hardened to do evil. And that's the worst degree of hardness, when a man comes to that he can do evil freely, boldly, easily, willingly. The next thing he observes, verse 7, is that they have fully resolved to do him evil. And that is grounded upon their practical disbelief of God. For he says, they are fully resolved to do him evil because they think God will not know it. Wicked people act as if God knew not all things, nor saw not all things. They think he would not take notice of what they do, or if he did, he would not punish them. Or, if he did punish them, they thought the punishment would not be able to reach them. So they act as if God were not a present help. And this is the ground of their security. This is their boast. This is what makes them speak so confidently in their sins. But David's case is different. He knows God sees all, knows all, and will judge all. And he knows God is always a present help. He does not depend upon himself, but upon God, who is able to help him immediately, and therefore he knows he shall be safe. So the righteous man considers God is a present help, while the wicked do not consider he is a judge. Therefore, David, the righteous man, is not afraid. He leaves his cause with God and waits patiently for deliverance.